Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Dynamite, the aftermath of All In from Saturday. Really great pay-per-view. If you just have not seen it by now, what are you waiting for? It's an amazing show. We have Hangman, who's limping to the ring, who is a newly crowned AEW champion. I am so happy for him. I really am happy for him. Moxley, we love you. We're praying. But I guess it was time to move on. The first thing you're going to notice is this beautiful venue that they have here in Chicago. It's giving that old theater vibe. I really love it. I believe that they will be at this venue for the next few weeks. They're doing a residency in Chicago for a few weeks. So if you live out in that area or nearby, go ahead and check it out. It looks like it's a lot of fun. Really nice, unique looking venue. Hangman is thanking the fans and thanking everyone that's helped him along the way, including Orange Cassidy. I forgot his ass is still on the roster. He even thanks the Ops, except for Hook. He thanks Danielson, Darby, and even says thank you to Swerve as well, William. And, I'm looking at him and I'm just like, it took a while to get back to this. Y'all remember when he lost the title to CM Punk back in Double or Nothing a couple of years ago? And a lot of people felt like it should have never happened to begin with. But we're back here with Hangman with the title. And I think that, Moxley, I love you and everything. But the right person ended up winning. And he is going to be in the main event later on in the show to team up with Hobbs and Pastor Briscoe to go against the Death Riders. So yes, Moxley is still booked and busy even after taking an L, because we're not just going to stay at home and rest. We still have more wrestling to do. Now after this, we do have the Young Bucks coming into the arena. They in this little Nissan Altima being pulled up in a Uber, so no limos or anything. They're no longer EVPs, and they're pretty much being dropped off in the back of the arena, not getting that EVP treatment that they typically get. Now we start off with a really great opening match. Kyle Fletcher didn't deserve this. Now look, Dustin, we happy for you and everything, but Kyle Fletcher should have won that TNT title. That's all I'm going to say on that. He goes against Mascara Dorada in a really great opening match. Uncle Don is out there, and this is not the first or the last time you're going to see Uncle Don throughout the night. He can't even sit down, because every few minutes, one of the guys from the Don Callis family is going out there. Really great opening match. I feel like even with watching a match like this, I'm just like, do y'all not see why Kyle Fletcher should have won the TNT title on Saturday? I just totally, it's like I get why he didn't win, but it probably shouldn't have happened. He ends up taking a win with a brain buster, and definitely got to have one of the best brain busters in the business. This guy is young, and he's looking to get his hand on that title at some point. The good thing about Dustin holding the title right now, TNT title, is that he's a babyface. Kyle Fletcher can easily creep on in as a heel to be able to be that next guy in line. So we'll see if that's where they're going with it. They did end up saying that we will be seeing Dustin on Collision to do like a speech or some shit. I don't know what it is. Kyle Fletcher, whatever it is, just interrupt that shit and let them know that you're next in line. After this, we do have the Young Bucks that are getting interviewed in the basement, the very basement of the building, by Renee. They don't really want to talk to her, so they're looking for their room. And they're looking around, and this basement kind of looking a little run down. And they finally make it to their door where it says EVP, but some guy is scratching off EVP and just put Nick and Matt on the door. And it looks really run down from the outside. But then here comes the Gates of Agony with Ricochet that are making fun of him, front of them as they're standing in front of their doors. And I'm like, wait a minute, what are y'all three doing down here? If the Young Bucks are here because they're not EVPs and this is the area for the common folk, why are you guys here? But then again, here comes Uncle Don that comes out there and basically extending a hand in terms of them being part of the Don Callis family. And I'm just like, don't do it. Don't do it. We don't need losers in our group. We don't need anyone else. And he ends up hugging it out with the Young Bucks. Can I say that I trust them? I don't know. But I'm not necessarily sure if they need to incorporate more people in this group. I feel like we are at 8 or 9 people at this point, and I think it's a little bit too much for me. So now we're also hearing from the Hurt Syndicate after their match, and I'm not gonna lie, the way that they looked after the match looked like they never got in the ring at all. And Montel was basically saying, look, we're bored here in AEW. Where is the competition? Where are all these big and bad tag teams that we came here for? You beat them all, I guess. And then here is MJF, who said, you know what, Hangman, I let you have your little moment. I could have just cashed in on your dusty ass and take that title from you, but I'm gonna let you have your little moment with the title. Basically letting him know that at any time he is ready to pop up on him and cash in. Honestly, I am so happy that MJF has the little money in the clipboard thing, whatever the hell they calling it. Having a heel to be able to look, our stepdaddy, he was the first one to do it. The concept kind of was a little weird at first, and it should have been successful in my opinion. However, I think MJF is going to be that person that's definitely going to make having this little clipboard thing worthwhile. I think he's a perfect person to have it, as well as Athena as well. Now after this, we do have Bandito teaming up with Brody King and Jet Speed to go against the Don Callis family. Which is Josh Alexander, Hachi Seto, and fucking Nick and Matthew Jackson. As much as we can't stand the Young Bucks, these guys are amazing in the ring. Once again, I mean, I feel like they can work with the Don Callis family. I just, like I said, I think we're full. We don't need no more cousins or whatever it is. We're full in the Don Callis family, but we'll see where it goes on from here. This was a really great matchup here. Speedball Mike Bailey, I think he's going to be definitely doing the tag team thing, mixed tag team thing for a while before we actually see him going for any singles titles. But when I see him in the ring, I'm just like, holy shit. Like, I can see him with like a TNT title. I mean, he's going to have to put in a lot more work in terms of building himself as a character on his own and with the promos and everything. But he looks like a fucking star every single time I see him in the ring. And so is everyone else. But something about Speedball stood out to me a little bit more tonight. Don Callis family ends up taking the win via referee stoppage in a way I did not like. Hachi Seto ends up choking out Bandito for the win. Bandito, after that amazing match that he had with Takeshita on Ring of Honor pay-per-view the other day, I know Hachi Seto is starting a feud with Bandito, which is okay. But for it to, I wish it happened where we can see the feud playing out between the two of them without Bandito being the one to have to basically lose consciousness from being choked by Hachi Seto. We'll see where it's go, because the thing is for me is that Bandito is an amazing wrestler, and I feel like that match that he had with Takeshita really, really made everyone see like, all right, this is why you're the Ring of Honor World Champion. And then we kind of took things to like down a couple of notches by having him being choked out. To me, I felt like for the L, he could have been choked out, but not being the guy to be the one to lose the match for the team. They could have did something else, in my opinion. But Don Callis family ends up taking the win, which we do appreciate. We need to see a little bit more wins with the family. Now we have Adam Copeland. Oh my God, he is so cute. Adam Copeland come on out there with a new t-shirt. He didn't have to wear it, but he's there. And he says he did not go out there on Saturday to help our stepdaddy, that this was all about him getting revenge on FTR. And to be honest with you, I don't know why that disappointed me. Why did I feel like I wanted to hear that he wanted to help Christian? I don't know what it is. Just them pretty much leaving the door open to say, hey, we're still doing this Edge or Adam Copeland versus FTR thing just kind of made me feel like, oh, we're still doing this. I don't know. So I was a little disappointed in that. So the whole thing just shifted to them talking, him talking about FTR. And here is Stoltly, who comes out with useless security guards. And Stoltly, baby, I told you to put them Twinkies down in catering, because it is really showing with those jumpsuits you've been wearing. Long story short, Stoltly says that you can't put a finger on FTR. You can't be near, basically like a restraining order type of thing with Adam. And all the rules is that Adam cannot touch FTR or get involved with them in any type of way, or else he'll be fired. But none of that seems to be vice versa with FTR with Adam as well. So y'all already know how that's going to play out. It's definitely going to end up being one of those situations where at some point when Adam's getting his ass whooped over and over by FTR because the rules don't apply to them, then our stepdaddy is going to come out of the blue and just be able to just save his brother or whatever. Some shit like that. That's what I'm guessing they're going with it. Now, while Stokely finishes his little thing here, Adam gets his hands on the use of security guards. The rest of the security guards end up running because they don't want that smoke. And then here is Adam giving Stokely a spear. A much needed spear. We appreciate you, Uncle Adam. Now, after that, we do have Pastor Briscoe who cut a backstage promo. And apparently he's still beefing with MJF. So this is still moving on. I don't know. He obviously didn't like the fact that he didn't get a chance to really beat the hell out of MJF and that he did not win the gauntlet. So he is still going to make MJF pay for his sins. And I like how he was saying how the spirit of Jay has like, I guess now is in him. And that they've only gotten a little piece of them boys since he's debuted in AEW. So that's definitely going to be something to watch out for. Maybe see a little bit of a meaner side of Pastor Briscoe. Now after this, we do have for $100,000 a four-way. Chris Statlander going against Queen Amanada, going against Tekla, going against Willow Nightingale. To me, it didn't really matter because, to be honest with you, if I heard about this four-way for $100,000, I might just put some boots on and get on out there too. All these girls here got something going on with them, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to see other girls out here, to be honest with you, because we've been seeing a lot of them, but it's just not a lot of TV time for all the girls, unfortunately. So I kind of wanted to see other girls in the mix, but that's okay. Willow Nightingale, Chris still got their beef going on up until the point where they couldn't stay in the match any longer and they took their fight all the way backstage. And we're left with Tekla and Queen Amanada, who are still beefing since their very first match together. Somehow, some way, referee not paying attention, doing their job, where a Sky Blue and Julia Hart comes out there and is distracting, and Julia ends up spitting the mist onto Queen Amanada's beautiful face, and that helps Tekla takes the win. I guess they're a new group now. I did see a video after the show that they have posted on social media where the three of them are sitting in a staircase together or whatever, and they look like they're a whole new crew, which is cool. I think that's a good thing. So Tekla is $100,000 richer at this moment. And I am hoping to see Tekla and Queen Amanada's little feud here turn out to be something like how we seen with Swerve and Hangman. Who knows if it ever gets to that point. But something to be really big for the women, to have that type of beef where it's like it's on site forever type of thing. So I'm hoping for bigger things with that. But while we're talking about the women, Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale still beefing, and I'm kind of hoping that if they're not done with the Death Riders, we can still see something with Chris Statlander joining that group, since apparently Willow and Chris are never going to stop fighting each other. So after this, we have our tramp, who is champ, a whore that we still adore, Toni Storm, who comes out, and they make everything black and white, but like you can see red. I don't know how they're doing it, but I think it was cute, really nice touch to the show. Toni Storm says that Luther has been injured, and since he's injured, I guess she's on her own at this point, and her tits are pointing onto new and bigger, better things out there. And she goes on to thank Mercedes for the match that they had, and then she says, "Bitch, I know you'll be back at some point, and I'll be ready for you." Now, while she's talking, we have interruption from Billy Starks and Athena, and y'all, Athena gonna go and say that how, Luther's injured, and then Mina was the only other person who cared about Toni Storm, but Mina is injured now. She broke her fucking hand. Mina Shirakawa on Friday won the Ring of Honor Interim TV Championship because Red Velvet is too injured to be champion. And now she broke her hand the next day at All In. Oh my God. And then Athena goes on to say how she's going to be lurking on her and she'll be cashing in on any moment. Basically, she's just going to be that thing in Tony's head that's just going to, be bothering her because she knows that at any point she'll be able to cash in. Another really great choice for the, winning the gauntlet match, because now Athena, she really kind of set her place on the roster because we will be able to see her a lot more often instead of just on Ring of Honor. So I'm happy about that. And they end up announcing that Billy Starks will be going against Toni Storm next week, Dynamite. Now after this, we do see Mama Wayne, Nick Wayne, and Kip Sabian backstage. And Kip, for the first motherfucking time, he was actually talking. This entire time that he's been in Patriarchy, I don't think he's ever said a word. And we got the chance to hear from all three of them. Now, Nick Wayne is basically saying how they held him back, that Christian held him back, and that they don't need a patriarch in their family. They have a matriarch, Mama Wayne. Mama Wayne, her breast was sitting all the way up here, and everything. I was just like, girl, you're going to poke somebody's eyes out with those things. Oh, my God. And then she goes on to say, oh, Christian, I see that on Saturday you couldn't get up, but that's a problem of yours apparently. And I was like, I know this bitch ain't talking about a stepdaddy like that. Oh my God. But anyway, so I guess I don't think they have a name yet, but I guess Mama Wayne is the fucking, I don't know, the leader of the group or whatever, and it's gonna be Nick Wayne with Kip doing things. And then here comes Nick Wayne talking about, oh, he's a new face of TNT. I don't think so. We're doing something with Kai Fletcher right now. You're gonna have to wait to be the new face of TNT after Kai Fletcher is done with being TNT champion. When we get there, we'll get there soon, I hope. Now after this, Uncle Don is out there again. This guy can't even sit down. He's booked, he's busy, he got all these people to manage. He has the international title on one shoulder, and he has the Continental Ugly Ass title on the other shoulder. And Okada comes out with the new title around his waist. He got a new song that I'm not feeling it. And I think he has like a new jacket. It's all black on the outside, but the inside is gold. I think that part is cute, but the song, I'm not feeling it. Can we go back to the old song, please, Tony? Somebody already in the ring, whoever that is, get their ass whooped in 2 seconds. And after the match, Okada is standing tall. You can really see his face. He got like scratches and shit. I guess that's from Kenny from Saturday. And long story short, he calls out Swerve. Swerve came on out there with the flyest suit that I've seen in the longest time with Prince Nana. After he had to call Swerve a bitch, Swerve came out there and basically called him a bitch too. Because he took the EVP status away from the Young Bucks, which was interesting because now it made me feel like since Okada just mentioned the Young Bucks after kind of leaving them a few weeks ago to be with Uncle Don, now this whole ass group is together again as the no, they're not elite. Whatever the hell that they're doing with Uncle Don, with Okada and the Young Bucks, I don't know. But apparently we got a new story going on with Swerve and Okada. And to be honest with you, I like where it's going. Main event, we have Hangman teaming up with Hobbs and Pastor Briscoe to go against the Death Riders, Claudio, Wheeler, and Moxley. And Marina is ringside. The Death Riders don't deserve any of this. They don't deserve any of the treatment they've been getting these past few days. They've been putting in all the work these past few months. I didn't even know this was 9 months. They said it was 9 months of the whole Death Riders and all that stuff. I didn't even know it was that long. To be honest, it feels like 6 or something. Maybe it feels shorter than that. I know y'all definitely happy that it's all come to an end, but it's been 9 months of terror with the Death Riders. Claudio Castagnoli, is he even human? Like, what? Oh my God, there's something about that man that's just so fucking amazing. The Death Riders, I appreciate the fact that despite me saying myself that I think Jon Moxley could have taken a break or whatever, I appreciate the fact that they actually got back in the ring. Yeah, they took L's on Saturday, and they're back to say that, hey, we lost, but we not out. We still here, we putting in the work, so I appreciate that. Marina Shafir is having her own match, basically on her own with Hobbs, who is refusing to put his hands on her, which is interesting. And for me, I'm just like, the babyfaces is going to take the win. They're giving you something to go home happy about. And they started the match 5 minutes before the top of the hour. So they gave the overtime money and still gave y'all 2 commercial breaks during overtime. What the fuck are we doing, Tony Khan? This is wild. Obviously, we take the win. The baby faces end up taking the win. Hangman with a fucking roll up. Did we just not win a title the other day and we doing roll ups like a world champion? John Moxley would never. John Moxley would never. I'm just saying that. After the match, post-match beatdown, and somehow, some way, with a little strength left in Hangman, he was able to hit a buckshot lariat onto John Moxley, which was very interesting. Overall, I thought the show was a good show. We got a new feud going on. We got a little group with the girls that's happening, Tekla and a Sky Blue and Julia Hart. So that's something new to look forward to. MJF is beefing with everybody because CMLL just posted a promo from MJF who's going to be going back over to CMLL. So more shit is going on with that. So it's a lot of things going on. And I always feel like when after a show like All In, their biggest show of the year, it's time to start new things or to, continue certain stories and get rid of the shit that we don't even really need. So we got some really good stuff going on, and I can't wait to see what ends up happening. Our next pay-per-view will be Forbidden Door. We have not a thing going on for Forbidden Door. So Tony Khan, President Tanahashi, whenever y'all feel like getting ready with that, we would love to see a little bit of a build for Forbidden Door. You guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back tomorrow with a review on Ring of Honor. See you guys then.